Good morning, guys, or whatever time you're deciding to make your art. I thought that this would be a fun opportunity, since we can't meet at our Tuesday morning class, for Michael and I to meet with you and make a little art. So I dropped off some kits at your house this week, and I thought that we would start by talking about line. I know we've talked about line a little bit before in our meetings at Peace Love Art Studio, but we're going to use that as our theme for the week. So in your kits, there's activities, one for each day, and the one I want you to start on is the one that Michael and I are going to work on. So in everyone's kits, you got a plastic page protector. Let me show everyone. And on one, very good. And on one side it says line, and it shows you all the different types of lines. So Michael, do you know what a line is? What is it? So Michael's demonstrating with his finger making a line. But we know that in art, line is really, really important. It's how we create anything. It's how we draw anything. You know, Michael has found a paintbrush and he's illustrating how to make a line. So on your little handout, it shows you sorry, the lighting. I'm going to have to work on my YouTube vids. It shows you that there's different types of lines, right? So we've got some straight, vertical, diagonal, horizontal, wavy, scalloped. And I know in our classes before, I've asked you guys to demonstrate those shapes just using your hands in the air, right? So Michael, can you show us, how do you make a straight line with your finger? So Michael's doing that right now. He's just drawing with his finger. Good. But if I were just going to do it in the air, I could just go straight line, right? All right. If I were going to make a wavy line with my finger, Michael, how would I do that in the air? Wavy line, wavy line, wavy line. So it's kind of fun to get your body moving too and really show you that you can make line anywhere. But what I thought would be fun to practice these lines, I also put in your kits for the week some chalk markers. This is our the kinds that we like to use mostly because we like the colors. We just got these at Target, and I put a couple in your kit. They are not erasable, so moms, this makes them a lot like Sharpies. But I know you can handle it, and the kids can use them. So what's fun about this is right on your plastic, you can practice your lines. So Michael, let's you and I pick a color.
Okay.
You pick a color?
Yes.
All right, buddy. So unfortunately, you guys don't have a whole pack. You just have a few. So pick your favorite of the few. Michael's gonna pick. You're gonna pick two. Okay, I'm gonna pick. Oh wow, he's picking three. Okay, I'm picking pink because it's my favorite. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start to trace over some of the lines on here. So I will kind of tip this and show you guys what I'm doing. And then, yeah, we definitely want to see what you're doing, Michael. So Michael has gone right for the crisscross lines, which is kind of some of my favorite too. They're actually right underneath my favorite spiral lines. So he's just going to continue to kind of go through. You can switch up colors. You can do whatever you want as you trace these lines. And then we'll get back to you guys when we're ready for our next project. But go ahead, start tracing your lines and have a little fun. Okay, we're back. You want to say hi?
Hi.
We are back after that little tracing exercise. Michael, do you want to hold yours up? So Michael traced over a bunch of his lines.
I didn't do this part.
He didn't do the top. Whoops! Sneak peek to the other side of the paper. I did end up.
This.
You know what? I actually did that. I just traced it in black.
I can't see it because it's white.
Okay. All right. So once you have finished all your lines and gotten some practice, you probably have an idea now of what your favorite line is to draw and how you can really combine different types of lines to make your own original lines. So speaking of original lines, we are going to flip over what you were working on to the other side, and you can see all of you have a picture of yourself in there that I either borrowed off of social media, emailed your mom and dad for, or had already taken at the studio. So Michael this is one from one of our very first Peace Love art classes. I think this is one I used to teach him inside the house.
And art teaching.
Yes, and then this is one of me today. So we are going to show you what we're going to do next. The other thing is if you don't want to do your face, you can always ask a parent to rip out a piece of a page from a magazine, and you could just trace a picture. And I can kind of give you an example of that at the very end. But I think these turn out really cool if you work on your face. So same thing, pick your favorite color chalk marker, and you're just going to start tracing the lines that you see. So if you are looking at my picture, I left my hair down, so I have some really good, if you look at my hair, I've got really good wavy lines, right?
And mine.
What kind of lines do you have in your hair? They're kind of straight and a little bit of wave.
I got different colors and a black.
I don't know about that. Anyway, what we're going to do is we are going to start to trace our lines. So Michael, get your body ready to start tracing. And I'm going to tilt the camera so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. But I'm just going to start to create and just follow along the curve of my hair. And my picture, unfortunately, is just a little bit hard to see because of the color, some of the way that my printer printed it, or the lighting, it was a little dark. But that's really not what's important. Really what we care about in this is the lines. So I like to, whenever I do this project, to first kind of focus on creating a big outline of some of the larger shapes. So let's take a look at what Michael did. And Michael also decided to focus on some of the larger shapes. And you can see that he started with the top of his head. So now we can kind of do some of the interior lines. So if you can kind of look at mine, I'm going to start to do like my chin line. There's a line that my sweater makes. There's a shoulder line. I've got some more here.
Look at half of my teeth.
Oh, Michael really got crazy with the interior lines. He's going after those teeth. So the more you go, the more you kind of explore what lines and the more you trace, the more you'll see some kind of interesting lines, that your face is really made up of more lines than you ever could have imagined. So I'm going to keep going, and I suggest you do the same thing, and then when I'm done, I will show you my finished project. Okay? All right, so Lane decided to join us, and Michael is here too. He's just working away on his project. He's got lots of lines. I actually finished mine, although I feel like I could add more detail. But you can kind of see that what I did first was I traced all of the outlines. I worked on my face, and then I went down to my sweater, and then I put in a lot of fun, just different lines to kind of fill in the background and kind of made it a more interesting artwork.
And why did you change your mind? Because I get the toy. And that's not me.
Giving away all my secrets.
Yeah, you don't do the show, you don't get toys, and you get sad if you do it.
So, okay, so I'm done with my artwork. You can see that I started with those interior lines. Sorry, there's a little bit of a glare. You can see that I probably could have added more wavy lines, but also I went ahead and I added a bunch of decorative lines into the background that weren't there, but it just made my artwork more interesting. So for your siblings that might be at home with you too, you can kind of do this with all different people and all different ages, which is really fun. So Michael was able to do it. I was able to do it. Lane's here doing it now. She's doing a great job. She decided to work on the lines on her body first. So this is really fun. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.